Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me on another episode of PriMath Zoom. In this episode, we will be learning how to create interactive virtual classrooms. So let's dive right in. So first thing we need to do when we're creating our virtual interactive classroom. So we need to go to the Google Apps and select slides. We're going to do this in slides. You know, in our face-to-face classrooms, what we normally have is perhaps a bookshelf or a math corner or a science corner. You know, some things where students can have games in their spare time, flashcards in their spare time, little activities in their spare time, or even a book to read. So here, when we're in the virtual space, we want to create something as similar to that, so our students don't really get bored. There are always activities for them to do. So we're going to start this by opening a blank Google slide, and it will take us to here. So we're going to start by thinking about a background, because we need a background if we're trying to present or create a classroom space. So let us go to insert. We're going to find the background. Then we go to image. The arrow at the side here shows us to upload from computer or to search the web. I'm going to search the web because I don't have any of those pictures downloaded to my computer. So we need a background. So let us type in a wall background with floor. So we're going to type in wall background with floor, and there are many options here. So all we need to do is select one. All right, so let us select this one. Click on it, and at the bottom you'll see insert. And when you click on insert, it will appear on your slide. So here it is on your slide. We want to drag the edges so that it covers the slide. Now that we have our background or wall background with floor, what we can do is we can put a whiteboard in, because we normally have a whiteboard in our class. So let us go back to insert, image. I'm going to search the web. I'm going to type in whiteboard image. All right, let's see what comes up. And there are some options here. All right, so we don't really want the ones that are already written on. So we're just going to select one of the blank ones here. So I should have typed in a blank and see if we have more options. Okay, so we can just select one of these whiteboards. All right, so let's select this one, insert. And here it is on our screen. So let us enlarge it by dragging the sides and fit it somewhere in our classroom space. So we have our whiteboard and we have our classroom. Sometimes in our classrooms, we have a cupboard or some shelves, you know, like a bookshelf. So we're going to insert image again, search the web. Let's find a bookshelf. And we want to find a transparent one. So bookshelf, transparent background. And we have some that we can select. Let's select this one here. Click on insert. Here it is. We drag the corners to increase or decrease the size. So we want to decrease the size so it fits in with our classroom. And we put it at the corner here. All right. So now that we have our bookshelf, we have whiteboard. What about a clock? Yes, sometimes we would like a clock to help us with the time. So let us type in a clock. transparent background. All right, so we can always search for some clocks here. I think I like this one, so I'll take this one, click on it, and let us drag the corners to adjust the size. So I want to put it right here in this corner of my classroom, right beside my board. All right, so you might want to be in it too, because you want the students to come and see teacher in the classroom. So we can use our Bitmoji. So I would be doing my Bitmoji. I did it on my phone, and I also do it on my laptop. And I would have added it up here as an extension. So now I'm going to find one of these Bitmojis. I want this one where I'm sitting. Copy image, paste. And I want a chair to sit on. So I'm going to go back to insert, search the web, type in chair. So here we have some chairs. I like plain chairs, so I'm just going to select one of those plain chairs. All right. So you see a chair here that I might like. All right, so let me just select this one right here. I'm going to adjust the size and put it to another corner in the class. So kind of want our things to be a little bit proportionally correct. All right, so here I am, and I need to sit on my chair. So what I need to do with this image, because it's not positioned properly, I need to flip it. So I'm going to go to arrange, and then I'm going to go to rotate and flip it horizontally. And now I'm able to sit on my chair. All right, let me just bring this to front so I can sit on my chair. There I am on my chair. All right, so I'm in classroom. I want a little desk in front of me to put my laptop or so on. So I'm going to search the web again. I'm going to type in table. All right, I like this one. Insert. Drag corners to adjust the size. And I'll put it here in front of me so that I can put my things on it. All right, let me get a laptop. Okay. Let me just select one of the first ones I see. All right, adjust size, and I might want to flip it. So let me just arrange, flip horizontally. Good. All right, maybe I'll need a book on my desk. So I'm going to add as many things to make my classroom, my virtual classroom, look as close as possible to what my classroom might look like in real life, in face-to-face. So I have my book here. I'm going to adjust the size. And you'll come to see how useful this is. If your students join your classroom before you, they can always do some of these activities, and they're not just there waiting on Miss and so on to come. So let us adjust this book and let's put it on the table here. Let's get a phone for Miss. In this technological time, sometimes we have our phones with us to do a quick research, if anything. So I'm going to put a smartphone. And of course, you can use different things in your to make your classroom look a bit more personal to you. So I'm just creating a classroom here that would look as close as possible to the one I would have if I were in face-to-face class. So I'm going to put my phone here on the table, and I have all of these things. So I would say my classroom looks fairly good. But what are we teaching today? Let's think of a topic. Let's think of, say we're going to teach equivalent fractions. So we might want to put that on the board. So I'm going to go and insert text box, tap on the screen, and I'm going to type in equivalent fractions. So this could be the lesson I'm teaching today. Let me increase this font. All right. All right, so maybe I also want a little definition for equivalent fractions on the board. So let me just go up here and search for one. Or you can just type one that you already have. All right, so here we have a definition. Let us just state this one that we have. Control C, so you're going to copy it, go back, insert text box, Control V, or right click and paste. And we're going to ensure that the words are on the board. So here we have the words on the board. You can always drag to put it in position wherever you want it. And we might want to have a little picture in case we drew something on the board that would represent equivalent fractions. So I'm just going to go here, go right click and copy image. Just go back here, paste this image. I'm going to adjust the sides by dragging on the corners. And have it here on the board. So what we need to do next is we need to put the activities that we want our students to do in our absence or in their spare time. So what we're going to first do is we're going to think of some games that we want to use, games and activities and readings that we want to use for students to explore equivalent fractions more. So we might want to add a Kahoot. So say for example we want to add a Kahoot. All right, so let's go into Kahoot. So I have one here, duplicate of equivalent fractions. Let me go to play, assign, create, and then I'm going to copy this link, go back to my classroom. I might want to insert my link somewhere on the page, but you just don't want to insert it like that. So you might want to put it in a little text box or a shape. So let's use a shape. So I'll just find a shape here by going into insert and then shapes. You can select which one you want. I'm going to select this little call out here, and I'm going to click on the screen so I have it somewhere. Then I'm going to perhaps write something on this so students know what is in it. So I'm going to write Kahoot, so they'll know what Kahoot games are, or they can just click on it and explore. So now that I have it here, I can always go up here to this little icon that says insert link, or I can go to insert and go down to link, and then a place will come up for me to paste that link. So I can right click here and paste, and then I click on apply. This means when students click on the word or this little text box that says Kahoot, it will take them to the game. Say for example, I want to give them another activity. Say I want to give them something on toy theater for them to explore in their spare time. So here we have some fraction games. I would have found them ahead of time. Control C, so I'm going to copy it and I'm going to go back into the classroom. I'm going to insert another shape, go where I want to place it. So I want to put all these things in the bookshelf like we normally have when we're in class. So I want to put it in the bookshelf. and I'm going to name it Explore. All right, I'm going to click this into a shelf. And to insert the link, I'll go to this here, and I'm going to right click and paste the link and apply. So it will be there. So say, for example, I want to give my students another activity, because you want to put enough activity so they don't get bored. So here I have a equivalent fractions bingo. I'll just go up here, highlight here the URL, copy, go back to my virtual classroom space, insert a shape, and I might want to call it bingo. I'll just place it in the shelf like everything else. And again, I'm going to insert link, apply, and the fractional bingo will also be here. Say, for example, I want to give them some notes or a live work. So I have a live worksheet here for equivalent fractions. Let me just copy this URL again, go back to my classroom, insert a shape, because I like to know that my students have a lot of activities. So I have a shape here inserted, and I'm going to write worksheet, and I'll insert the link, and apply. I might need some notes, so if I want some equivalent fraction notes, I can have in my equivalent fractions here, and I'll find some notes. So after reading through this, I realized that yes, this is fitting, and I'm going to copy this, insert another shape, put it in the space. Let's type this notes. So for students to get additional reading, they can go into this part here. So let us just insert link, apply. So in the bookshelf, we have a lot of activities that they could do. What if, for example, I want students to click on the clock and find an activity? I can perhaps go or click on it and find an equivalent fractions video. So I might want to go to YouTube, and I can find an equivalent fractions video, something fitting that they can watch. All right, equivalent fractions. All right, let's take the first one. I'm gonna copy the URL, go back, and the clock is already highlighted, so we're gonna click on insert link, and you're going to paste the URL here and apply. So basically almost everything they touch on, they click on in this classroom, there's an activity. So you can add an activity to the laptop, one to the book, one to the phone, one to this chart on the board. You can add activities to different things here in the classroom. So of course you can add more things to your classroom. For example, if you wanted a little plant, you can add a plant to the floor, one arm on the floor of your classroom. But these are just some little things that they can use. So if we're going to present mode here, we can click on one of these items and it will take us to where we were. So let's try to click on the bingo game. Click on it and it takes us to the bingo game. If we go back and we click on the notes, it will take us to the notes. So if you click on anything here that has a link attached to it, the students will be taken to that activity. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And remember to leave a comment in the comment section below so I know what sort of video you would like to see next. Take care.